Here at 5, a youth soccer coach charged with the murder of a 13-year-old boy who played on his team makes his first court appearance.
And as KCAL's Luzdelia Caballero found out, he is now facing new charges in more cases, raising more questions about why something wasn't done earlier.
Mario Garcia Aquino is charged with the murder of 13-year-old Oscar Omar Hernandez, which includes a charge of a special circumstance of murder during the commission or attempted commission of a lewd act with a child. And there are allegations Hernandez was not his only victim. The LA County Sheriff's Department had investigated Garcia Aquino for an incident in February of 2024, where they say Aquino was accused of sexual abuse by a different boy. In this video taken on that date at the same address listed in the investigation, you can hear a boy speaking with the deputy. We have blurred his face and altered his voice.
I'm freaked out right now. How do you expect me to act, bro? I almost got touched. What if your daughter almost got touched, bro?
And Garcia Aquino is also now accused in a December 2022 incident, facing a charge of assault to commit a felony and a lewd act upon a child. And the news of Oscar Omar's murder sending shockwaves throughout the soccer community, including players right here at the Valley Plaza Sports Complex, where players say both Oscar Omar and his coach frequented.
It's crazy to think that this might have happened to, other kids in his team or something like that, So it's just it's all shocking.
Matthew Diaz says he had seen Garcia Aquino on the field several times.
I used to play against his teams because he would coach teams in the park.
Adding everything seemed normal on the field and that the community there trusted him, as they do to all coaches and staff. Jose Hernandez, Oscar Omar's brother, says the family believes Garcia Aquino targeted migrant families who did not have legal status.
Justicia nada más.
Adding the family is seeking the maximum punishment for Garcia Aquino.
Pena de muerte.
Pena de muerte.
To include the death penalty. In downtown Los Angeles, Luzdelia, Caballero, KCAL News.
And our team coverage continues with KCAL News assignment editor Mike Rogers at the desk.
And yes, Mike, you have been pressing the district attorney's office on why these cases were not filed sooner.
Yeah, you know, Juan and Pat, I told you I was going to follow up on this, and tonight we are getting some answers from the DA's office about the timeline of events here, because now, all of a sudden, once Oscar's body was found, the two old cases were filed by the DA's office. I want to give you the timeline here. We're going to first tell you about the 2022 case. The allegation against that soccer coach was made in December of 2022. The case was not presented to the LA County District Attorney's Office until August of 2023. The LAPD Foothill Division investigated this case as the allegations were made at his then Sylmar home. That case was not filed by the DA's office until 2025, until this week in 2025, more than 2.5 years after the allegations were made. February 2024, the allegation was made. That was the one Luzdelia referenced up in the Lancaster area. That case was pretty quickly presented to the DA's office in May of 2024. Now, the DA's office says on March 25th is when they initiated the filing process of the case. However, court records that I have reviewed show that the arrest warrant was not sought and obtained until April 2nd, which is the day that Oscar's body was found. You guys, I asked the DA's office, is it typical for you guys to get presented cases and then essentially have them for more than a year in one of those situations before filing it? I also asked about the very interesting timing of the two old cases not being filed until Oscar's death, and the day that his body was found was the one that the 2024 case was submitted and requested a warrant for. The DA's office won't comment on specifically the delay in time, only saying that they were doing investigations and interviewing witnesses and the victim. I asked specifically if Oscar's death had any relation to why they filed those charges on the old cases when they did. They won't comment on that either. Guys?
All right, thanks for digging, Mike. And we will keep you updated on the case here on KCAL News and KCALnews.com, where you can read more about the investigation history.